and welcome to another teacher talk session tonight. And tonight we are going to have another educator from different part of the world as usual. And tonight we are having an ESL teacher, Duda Moraes from Brazil. When she comes, we are going to start our live session with her. I'm waiting for her to join. I'm waiting. When she comes, we are going to start our live session with her. Thank you. Fine. I'm waiting for Duda. Yes, she's here. You can send me a request, Duda. Let me. Sure. It takes a little bit time, Duda, to connect. Yes, just a moment. Let me check. Okay, I'm gonna send you the invitation. So if you accept it, we'll start it. There you go. Yes.
Hi.
Hello, Duda.
Hi.
It's great to see you here. Before starting our last session, actually our conversation, I would like to say thank you very much for accepting my invitation for Teacher Talks and being our guest tonight.
I thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's great to having you here, Duda. And so I know that we are all very busy, so if you're ready, we can start, can we?
Yeah, sure.
Okay then. I know about you a little bit, but maybe our audiences would like to know about you. So can you tell us about yourself, please, and a bit about your experiences?
Okay, sure. Well, I'm Duda. I'm from Brazil. I'm Brazilian. I've been teaching English for 19 years
Wow.
since I was 18. Yes, and I'm 37 now. And that's what I love to do. I have already taught in private schools, and high schools, secondary schools, and nowadays I have my own school and I teach private students.
Okay, great. It's very nice. Okay, so would you like to add anything else, or can I go move on? Another question.
Now we can move on.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so Duda, what was or were your turning point or points in your own education?
Well, I think that's a very good question actually. I English it was always something that I've always liked to study. And for me, it was always easy to learn. It was something that I had a lot of facility. So I think I couldn't imagine myself doing another thing. since I've started thinking, what am I going to do? What occupation am I going to have? I think I've never thought about to do other things actually.
Mm-hmm. I see. I got it. Okay, thank you very much for sharing the turning points about yourself. And you said you've been been teaching English for almost 19 years. You mentioned it here. So I'm sure that during this time you have tried different strategies, of course, and techniques and methodologies in your lessons, probably. And
Yes.
probably you have a kind of a philosophy of teaching. So what is it? What is your philosophy of teaching?
Well, actually, that's so complicated to talk about it because I think we need to check the student's point. Actually, we need to check what is the kind of what is the type of the student we have.
Mm-hmm.
So mostly in general, to talk about general, I think the strategy is to analyze the group or the student if you
Mm-hmm.
teach privately like me, and try to understand what's the necessity depending on their ages also. If they're teenagers, if they're children, for example, children, what do they like to do, what are their interests? Teenagers, why do they want to study English? They want to
I
study
see.
English to pass the exams, or they want to study English to talk to other people. And adults, mostly, at least Brazilian students, they want to learn English for work,
Oh,
or
I
so to
see.
be promoted or to get a better job. So for me, the philosophy is understand what your student needs and try to bring them as much as you can. As you said, when I started teaching 19 years ago,
Wow.
we only had the books and the CDs that we used to play on the stereos. And nowadays we have a lot of platforms. We have a lot of
Exactly.
other resources that we can use in our classes and make our classes even better.
Mm-hmm.
So just try to understand what the student need and try to bring it to the classes.
Nice.
Nowadays it's easy to do it.
You're right. I agree with you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Duda, for sharing it. Duda, we are educators and we have lots of stories in our life when you think about our passing times. So when you think about that times, we have some bad stories, some I don't know good stories, some failed ones, and of course we have success stories also. So
Mm-hmm.
what I'm gonna ask you about it, can you tell us maybe one or maybe two success stories of yours? But we would like to hear something inspirational if you have it.
Yeah, for sure. I have one story that's the story I always tell people that I'm very proud of. Of course, when we talk about teaching, it's not only the teacher, but also the student. We can teach, of course, we can do our best, but if the student doesn't study, if the student doesn't have any effort, he or she is not going to learn. So I think the teacher doesn't do anything alone and the student doesn't do anything alone. We need both to have success. And once I had a student, she used to live in a farm
Uh-huh.
here in my city, and she
Nice.
came to have classes with me, and she didn't know like basic things because when we talk about Brazilian students, it's something that I think people need to know to understand the story. When we talk about Brazilian students, when they come to the class saying like, I don't speak English, I don't know anything, it's because they really don't know anything. They don't know what means like, how are you?
I
They
see.
don't know what means like good morning, like basic things that most of the people already know from music or from movies, series. In Brazil, it is not a reality.
I see.
And she came to me and she said, I don't know anything. And I need it because I'm going to get in the college, at the university. I want to be a biologist. Then I want to do master degrees.
I see.
So I need to study English. And then I said, okay, let's do it. And she was such a great student, an easy person to talk, an easy person to teach. And nowadays she's fluent,
Wonderful.
and she graduated in biology, and she
Wow.
graduated on her master degree, and she's a master now
Wow.
on her
It's
area, and she have already presented her projects in English to a big
wonderful.
audience. Yes, I'm so proud of her. She's amazing.
Wonderful. This is a really nice story. Nice story. Is
Yeah,
it okay?
and it wasn't easy for her because she needed to study English on Saturdays, because during the week she used to work in the farm with her parents, which is not an easy job. And at night she used to go to school and later to college.
Wow. It's
So
impressive. If it is
yes.
okay, can we have the name of the girl, if it's okay?
Yes, of course. Her name is Lillian.
Lillian. Okay.
Yes.
She's really lucky that you, I mean, like you were her teacher. So thank you for all your support
I'm
to her.
lucky for having her as a student.
It's wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Duda, for sharing this story with us. Okay,
I
uh,
appreciate.
let's move to the another question. Duda, you know that when I talk to the people here with different countries, we always talk about educational things in their countries, especially the system of their countries, different countries system. And I always ask them because the education is really, crucial for all of us and very important for all the countries. And the people I talk about this, most of them are complain about something about the system of education in their countries. My question is, if you had, I know that you live in Brazil and you've
Mhm.
been teaching English over there, and you more or less you have an idea about the system. And if
Yes,
you had the chance to change one thing in Brazilian education system, what would you change and why?
everything.
That's a nice.
Everything, every single book, every single way to teach, every school, everything. I think unfortunately in Brazil we have one of the worst scenarios when we talk about education. Our country, just for you to have an idea, and the audience too, I don't know if everyone knows it, but just 5% of the population speak a foreigner language, and just 1% of the population, I mean that the population of the country, speak English.
I see.
1% of like 200,000 million people. So 1% is just a little. And it is because we don't have the educational culture in our country. People don't use to read books, for example. People don't like to go to school. People don't understand why do they have to study, why do they have to learn. As I told you previously, when the Brazilian students come and say, I don't know anything, help me, it is because he or she doesn't know anything at all, can't understand what, if a Brazilian student watch this live, for example, he or she probably is not going to understand if they are not studying English.
I
So
see.
it is a big cultural problem in my country. We also, I don't know if you have already seen the schools in Brazil. Not the private schools, because private schools they are beautiful because students pay to be there and it's very expensive. But the public schools, like the schools that the government offers, they look like a jail. They have cages on the windows. They have cages on the doors. Everything is locked, surrounded by walls. So it is because of the cultural violence that we have in our country. So if
I
I could change
see.
anything in the educational system, first of all, I think it is curious what I'm going to say. The first thing I think I would change, it would be the how to teach and learn Portuguese,
Ah, oh, I see.
because it is our language and it is totally failed. Totally. Brazilian people, they can't write or speak the correct language they speak in their own country.
I see. I
Imagine
see.
other languages, you know? And so I would change everything, everything.
I see. I got it. I got it. Okay. Thank you very much for this info about Brazil. But that
Many
I know
people
that.
don't know.
And of course, no, I'm really surprised that because I have a friend from Brazil and Tiago, and he's maybe if you have seen our he was one of my guests here, and he's an English teacher also. He talk about this kind of things, but not like you.
Mhm.
You were really, the open and about the topic. Anyway, thank you very much for the info. And I hope you will have a chance to change it in the future.
I hope so. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
trying. At least the people that I can reach and they look for classes with me, I'm trying.
I see. I got it. Thank you very much, Duda, for sharing it with us. Duda, you know that as an educator, let's say the teachers, every teacher, before starting their job, okay, and before going to the classrooms, if they want to be a teacher, they always have a dream classroom in their mind. Okay, so okay, if I start if I start this job one day, I will have this kind of class, or I will have that kind of a classroom. So, what about you? If you could design a dream classroom with unlimited resources, what would it look like?
Well, I would like to have smart whiteboard. That would be amazing. I've never seen a smart whiteboard. I know that it exists, but I've never seen one, so I would like to use
Ah,
it.
I see.
Yes. Good internet quality, of course, to use the smart board, and tables to the students sit on groups, not alone, separated, so we could use the dynamic of teaching in groups and having games and this kind of things. And I think basically that's it. Like good technology things, like a good sound system, a good smart whiteboard to use, to write, to check, to play games, and of course interested students
I
and
see.
people who like to participate, who are curious. That would be the dream class with the students and resources.
I see. I see. That's really, they're having a very nice dream classroom in your mind.
Yes,
And I hope that you will have that classroom soon.
I hope so. Have you ever seen a smart whiteboard?
Sure. We have it. Yeah, we have the whiteboard.
That's amazing. Yes,
Yeah.
that's amazing. It's not a reality for us.
Okay. So thank you very much for sharing your ideas with us, Duda. You know that, Duda, we always talk about the students, but sometimes we need to talk about the teachers too, or as well, let's say, especially the well-being, which is really important for all of us. Especially the teachers' well-being is really, really important because we
Yeah.
have lots of the situations we face, and some the struggling ones, some challenging ones, some the ones that we never want to see it, but we face, and these kind of things really affect our the well-being. So what I'm gonna ask
Hmm.
you that, what is one small daily habit you think helps us educators, I mean, protect their own well-being or our well-being?
Drink coffee.
Yeah, I do know.
That's I'm not drinking it anymore because it's 3 in the afternoon here, so I wouldn't manage sleeping later.
Oh,
But
cool.
coffee is amazing. No, I'm kidding. I think try to. I'm talking about my own experience. For me, what is helping me a lot, it is to work out. So try to find a time to work out. It's not easy because we have to work a lot. We have to work in the mornings, afternoons, and evenings. But it is important if you can like let at least 2 or 3 hours per week to take care of yourself.
I see.
So something that I really like to do is go to the gym. That I don't really like to do, but I do it because it's healthy. So go to the gym, and what I really like to do is yoga, practice yoga once a week.
That helps.
That's one thing I like it.
I see.
I think basically that's it. Try to find a time for yourself. It is important, even if it's not to work out, for example, but to read something that you like, to watch something that you like. Dedicate yourself on something that is important for you, your family, your pets, whatever it is, the thing that you like. It is important.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Duda. Duda, I know that you have an Instagram account, Mi Lingua Inglesa. That's the I think the page you have.
Yes.
And so this Instagram page and you are using it. So what's it for? And how did you start it? And how does it help you and your students and other people? And you just mentioned about your online courses. How do people reach you for your lessons and how is the procedure there? Can you tell us about a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for giving me the space to talk about it.
Of course.
Because it's not easy to find students using the Instagram. We need to do a lot of advertisements and this kind of things, and it's never enough. My Instagram, my professional Instagram account, I have used it, I think if I'm not wrong, since 2017 or 2018. I've decided to make it to attract more students because it's the time when I started my own school. So I needed to do advertisements about my classes and this kind of things. So I try to get new students by making advertisements, of course. But I also like to share videos and posts that can teach people, but they're in Portuguese, but that can teach people who wants to learn something small, fast, like easy tips for because my focus is the people that who doesn't speak English.
I see.
So the beginners, you know. So I try to prepare and to teach always something easy, simple, because I think when the person notice that English is easy, at least is easier than Portuguese, for example. English is much easier than Portuguese, the language that we speak in Brazil. So I think when the people notice, they think like, well, I think I can do it. Everyone can do anything. So I try to motivate people doing that. The way that people can reach me, I have the WhatsApp link on my bio.
I see.
So
Uh-huh.
if you click there, you're gonna get directly to my WhatsApp and get in touch.
Uh-huh. For the private lessons. I see.
Yes, I also want to launch an online course with recording classes,
Oh, I
but I'm
see.
still planning it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it this year or at the beginning of
Yeah,
the next year.
I see. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. By the way, there is a comment here, and I think Laura Lady, she says she has a TikTok account too, not only Instagram.
I do, yeah. But I
Okay,
try not to use the TikTok account because I've reached some
I
people
see.
that they are a little bit boring, like some kind of
I
people.
see.
So I'm trying not to use it, and I'm using more Instagram.
I got it. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Duda. All
Thank
right.
you, Laura.
So, what I'm gonna ask you to do again, that we are having a great tool. Actually, it's not a tool. We have a kind of a, you know, uh, how can I say it? We have artificial intelligence, as we know that AI. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yes.
everywhere. It's in every job. We can see it. Okay, and it's we cannot stay away from AI because
Yes.
wherever we go and whatever we do, AI something is related to AI, so we get help.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in education, also it's the same. So when
Yes.
you think about this, the AI part, if it could AI, I mean, take over one boring task in education or the things you do to free teachers' time or your time, which task would you give it to do?
Do you use it?
Sure, I do.
Yes. Me too. I've already using it for boring tasks. What I think for me, it depends on each person, of course, but for me, I think that is boring to create exercise.
Mm,
Sometimes I have the idea, I know what I want the student to practice, but I don't know how I can make it happen or how I can structure it. So I ask my best friend and my intern GPT, and he helps me a lot.
I see. Thank you. Thank you
That's
very
what
much
I use
about
it for. Some teachers, I know that some teachers use it to prepare classes.
Yeah,
I'm not judging. I think it is something very, very nice because it is something that helps us a lot. I
definitely.
particularly I don't like to use it to prepare classes because as I offer individual classes, I like to prepare the classes myself
I see.
to give the attention to check because my students they are all private.
Mm-hmm.
So they are paying for this attention, so
I
I
see.
think I need to give this attention, but to create exercise, to create games, it is amazing.
It is amazing. I see. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much. And by the way, Laura Lady is make another comment. If you can see it, English has more vocabulary than Portuguese and still is easier.
It's easier, I told you, it is easier.
I see. It's wonderful to have it that. Okay. So, Duda, you know that we work hard and you know that, and we really sometimes, we have overwork, overwork. We have overloaded, I can say, or workload. We have lots of workload, let's say, and sometimes really we got bored and we look for kind of a motivational things to do this job, especially if you're a teacher. Every day you need a kind of a motivational things to do it, because otherwise you can become easily get bored about this job. So
Mm-hmm.
so when you think about these things, what motivates you at your work, or what motivates you about the things that you do there?
I've been bored about teaching for so many times. I can't tell you how many times it has happened to me. But that's something that I did. It was starting my own company, having my own students. I don't have a boss. I'm my boss, and which is amazing. And when I feel it has been a long time I don't feel this way anymore, and I think it is because of the freedom that I have to work.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, today I'm not feeling very well, I have a headache. So today that I will give an easier class. I will do a game. I will try a platform to let the students talk to the game, something like that, that I don't need to do much effort. If I
Mm-hmm.
was in a school, for example, I would need to follow the material. So I
Exactly.
think nowadays it is more difficult to feel bored because of this, because I have freedom to work, to teach the way I want, the way I think it is better. And if I think if there are teachers that they feel bored, I think it is because they it's because of the lack of freedom.
I see. Thank you very much. Thank you, Duda. Okay, so Duda, most of people, let's say that before starting, their job, sometimes actually they all have, maybe, for example, let me give an example from myself. I'm a teacher. I'm a language teacher. I teach English to the students, but before, the becoming a teacher, the language teacher, I was having different jobs in my mind. But
Mm-hmm.
right now I'm doing this. Actually, I'm really happy to do this. And so when you think about these things, if you weren't working in education, okay, in this job,
Okay.
what completely different job would you try? Just for fun, maybe.
Yeah, I've already tried another job.
Oh, really?
Yes, I as I told you, I've been teaching English since I was 18.
Uh-huh.
So I got very bored, and I've decided to try another thing. And then I got a job in a company just because I spoke English.
Wow.
And then I worked with imports and exports. So I used to do the documents, bureaucracy, this kind of things, and I really like it. I really like it because I didn't have to deal with people. I only had to see papers, documents, and this kind of things. And I was very good at it actually, but they didn't pay me the same salary they would pay for a specialist, for example, because I wasn't graduated. I'm graduated in languages, so
Mm-hmm.
I can teach English and Portuguese, but I'm not graduated in administration, for example.
I see.
So it was a big responsibility to a very low salary.
I see.
So I decided to step away from this job. But if nowadays somebody asking me, I'm gonna give you the course, you have the chance to study and do another thing. I think that would be this thing to work with imports and exports.
I see. I got it. Thank you very much. Okay, that's interesting job. But actually, if you know the language, so it's easy for you to
It's easy.
communicate.
Yes, it is
Yeah,
easy.
with other people, and if doing an export and import job is easy.
Hmm.
I see. I see. Thank you very much. Okay, so Duda, so in our life, we all have role models, and we look for a good more role models especially, and if we see the good role models we always want to follow their path and take them as an example for example for our job, for our life, or something like that. Or maybe if we see a people, the successful people, and they inspire us about the things that they do. What about you? Do you have any role models? If yes, who is or who are your role models? Or if you have anyone that inspires you, who inspires you?
Well, I think I could say Paulo Freire. He's a Brazilian writer and a great professor. I like his model of teaching, his model of seeing the students. But I also would like to say female teachers around the world. I have a friend, she's a teacher in Mexico, and I know that it's very difficult to be a teacher there too, just like in Brazil. Laura, who is commenting, she's also a teacher here in Brazil, and she has passed a very bad moment in a school that she was teaching,
Oh,
and she could manage it beautifully, and she's an amazing teacher also. I could also say the teachers from the northeast of our country. The northeast of my country is the poorest part, and there is a part that's interesting because I think some people don't know it. At the northeast of my country, we have the kind of desert, but it's not the desert, but it's the same weather.
I
And
see.
they don't have the structure of schools. They don't have blackboard, for example. They don't have internet. They don't have electricity. And there are teachers there trying to teach something to some students.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in the north of Brazil, in Amazonas state, some teachers they need to ride like 3 4 hours on a boat to get into the village, and again the village doesn't have the structure, the village doesn't have
Wow.
electricity, doesn't have internet, this kind of things, and teachers are going there to try to teach something to the students. So I when I see this kind of things on the news here in Brazil, I feel like, oh, I can't complain. My life and the resources that I have are perfect. You know, I see
I
people
see.
struggling to teach, to give a better life to other people. I
Mm-hmm.
think these teachers, they are truly heroes.
Wow. I see. Wonderful.
And I know
Wonderful.
we have this kind of situation also in Iran, for example, in some areas that they were devastated, in many other parts of the world, Africa, in Kosovo or Kenya, that where the schools are destroyed. So where we
You are
have
right.
teachers struggling and giving their best to teach something for
You
the
are right.
students, they are heroes. These kind of teachers, they really inspire me.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You are totally, agree. And I can't say, I can't agree more than this. You're really right. They're really heroes. They're doing great jobs.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
we should be really, the lucky and feeling lucky about
Yes.
ourselves. about other opportunities and the things that we have
Yes.
right now. Okay, thank you very much. All right, Tuda. And so when you think about your your time, like for example, do you have we watch TV, in our life, and we see some movies and we read books and we see kind of a shows on TV, or maybe go to theaters and that we see something there or we hear there. And do you have any the books or movies or shows that unexpectedly influenced you, the way you teach or research, or the way you think to do with your students or in your life?
Yes, there's a movie. I'm not sure if the name is Freedom Writers. I think that's it. Freedom Writers. In Portuguese is Escritores da Liberdade. It's an old movie where the teacher struggles to give classes. It's American movie, so the teacher she's fighting against the gangs and the violence in a school, and she's trying to make the students want to learn literature.
Ah, I see.
And with a very limited resources that she has, because she teaches in a public school in the United States, in the ghetto, and with a lot of violence, she can get the attention and the interest of the students. It's one example of that hero teachers that we were talking about, and the story is a real story. It's a real story.
That
This teacher really existed, and the middle of her journey, she got divorced, she lost a lot of personal things and people, but she never gave up of her students.
uh-huh. I see. I see. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing with us. Thank you. Thank you, Duda. Okay, Duda.
Do
So
you have a movie?
yes, sorry.
Do you have a movie or a series to recommend?
Actually, uh, actually, I know it. I have watched kind of movies about educational things that they affect about the way to teach the students or to behave to students, but I can't remember the name. Some
Okay.
we have a kind of a Turkish movies related to the teachers, about the teachers, and also American movies or some other country
Hmm.
movies. Especially, there are some movies in Korea that's really, the Korean movies. Maybe you know that there are
Hmm.
actually it's a series they have about the teachers and school life and the way the teachers behave. I watched them, but I can't remember the name of them. But I
Okay.
can just say like this. Thank you very much for asking me. Also, I have my ideas about it. You know, and Judah, we have times in our life that we face actually some challenging situations or something that we struggle to solve it out, or we have a problem that we can't solve it even if we try to solve it. And when we face this kind of situations, we say sometimes on our own, oh, I wish I could have a kind of a superpower to solve it. All right. And for example, I don't know, that superpower, this superpower, something like that. And then we handle the situations. Probably we could handle it. When you think about these superpowers things in education, if we could have one superpower to use it in the classroom, what would it be and how would it help you? I am not talking about you are a Thor and you have a hammer and lightning power and give the lightning to the students to make them be
Okay.
quiet in the class or something like that, but something related to them. But if you would like, it's your choice.
In some cases, the hammer would help a lot.
Yeah, yeah, you can be right about them.
Oh my god. I don't know if I could have a superpower. I don't know what would be. I think it would must I would like to have the power to change people's thought about education in Brazil,
Mm,
because and not only about English, but about all the subjects. People don't see how important is it to study, how
I see.
important is it to know their own language, Portuguese or math or history, for example. So I would, if I could have, I think it would be something to make them interested, not to give the knowledge, but make them curious
I
to
see.
look for the knowledge and study more, dedicate themselves more, even if it would be just in one specific subject. It doesn't matter. Ah, it's not English. That's okay, but it's history, it's math, it's I think we would have better doctors, better lawyers, better engineers, better everything.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sharing your superpower with us. I got it. Okay.
And the
And,
hammer sometimes.
and the hammer. Okay. So, think that, Duda, we finish the interview and you step outside your home and find a lottery ticket that ends up winning $100 million, which is a huge amount of money. What would you do with that money? Please be honest, okay? Tell us the truth.
Okay, the truth is I would move to Finland
Ah,
because they have the best teacher salary of the world, I think. I think it is in Finland. And they have the best educational system of the world. So I would like to move there, take all my dogs and cats and my husband with me, and move there to continue teaching and feeling like that I have some value.
I see. That's wonderful idea. Yeah, I wish you could do it in the future.
Yeah.
Move to
Thank you.
Finland.
Thank you.
I see. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, Duda. Okay, Duda, time flies, and you know that now I'm gonna ask you
Yes.
the last question and the hardest one. Ready for it?
Yes.
Okay. What is your motto?
Well, I what I like the most in my occupation is to learn. Every time we teach, we learn. I learn new things every day. Not about English mostly of the time, but about life, about other occupations, about experiences. So, what motivates me to turn on my computer every day and see every person that I need to teach? Of course, it is that I know I am changing somebody's life for better, giving him or her the opportunity to learn another language. And the exchange of the experiences and to learn new things every day. That's my biggest motivation.
I see. Okay, and can you say your motto again? What did you said about it?
Sorry?
About your motto. What did you say? To learn new things every day?
To learn new things every day. Yes, that's my
Okay.
motto.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, Duda. I ask all my questions, all right? So before ending our live session, would you like to add anything else? Or maybe you have any suggestions, any advice to the audiences or the people who are gonna watch this video?
Wow. I would like to say, if you are trying to learn English or any other language or any other thing, never give up. Don't, I know sometimes it's difficult. We think we will never learn this. When I was learning like the irregular verbs in the past, I remember that I thought, I would never know this kind of verbs. I would never learn it. And nowadays I know several of them. So don't give up. Uh, Everyone can learn anything. For some people it's easier than from other people. For me, English was easier, but math was terrible. I was terrible studying math. But I needed to study it. So you can learn anything. Just don't give up. Keep going. And I would like to thank you for the invitation. Thank you so
You're
much for
welcome.
having me here. And thank you all my students for trusting me and be my great students every day.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Duda. And before ending it again, I would like to say thank you very much for your advice, for your suggestions, and especially for your precious time you have spent
Thank
us
you. I
here.
thank
That's
you.
really important. Okay. And Duda Moraes was with us here tonight with the Teacher Talks 100, 217th session. And you know that we are going to be here and the next week on the same time at the same day every Monday at 9 p.m. And until the next time, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And please take care of yourself and take care of yourself, Duda. And until the next
Thank you.
time,
You too.
bye bye, everybody, and peace.
Peace.